Hey guys, Goalie here, and I'm bringing you guys my noob to pro tutorial. It's going to be about 10 steps long or less, I don't know yet. But first of all, what I'm going to start off with is I'm in combat training right now, so I can give you guys the random created class setup for when you want to get better at Call of Duty and you're kind of at a low level, maybe you're a high level. It will range. First one will be from low levels, and then higher ones will be from higher levels. I only have 5 here because, of course, noob to pro. Anyways, let's start off with the very first one. We will go with the MP5K here, primary. If you can't get attachment, I highly recommend the rapid fire. It's a really good attachment for this gun. Same with the red dot sight. But if you guys are, here's a quick tip in this video. There'll be one in every video, but the quick tip today is don't use the red dot sight. As soon as you hit level 25, switch to the blue dot. It is actually smaller and will make you more accurate as a player. So anyways, MP5K, actually I will buy the red dot for it. Buy and equip. Back it out. I'm kind of going slow because I'm using my computer. You don't need a camo. Don't buy your camos when you're at low levels. It's a waste of money. The only thing you need to buy here is the blue dot. Because when you have the blue dot, it is really effective. Okay. So moving on to your secondary. For your secondary, for when you start off with, I recommend 2 different pistols. The ASP and the Makarov. The Makarov, if you choose a Makarov, I highly recommend the either dual wielded or extended mags. Those work really well for me. And of course, you can always go with the ASP, which if you guys choose that, has one attachment, and that is dual wielded. It's an option. You lose accuracy, but it does have a really high rate of fire. So, anyways, moving on to my equipment. Of course, you're gonna be stuck with these 3. I do recommend just sticking with the frag until you get higher levels, because you don't need to get the Semtex, and if you want to get pro, you don't really want to use the Tomahawk. That's more for fun. Anyways, now to your tactical. What I recommend is just buying the concussion, because smoke's not going to really help you if you go in TDM or killing base game types, and decoys are noobish. That is noob, guys. You don't want to do that. That's sending yourself backwards. Flashbangs are good too, and then Nova gas if you want to get pro perks, but I'll bring that up in another one. So equipment is not something you need at all. You can be low levels and have it, and not have it. I am currently level 30 some on my Xbox account, and I've only bought a Claymore once, and that was to make a video for Huppet Gaming. Anyways, so you don't need equipment. It helps, but of course if you use some things, Claymore can help you, and motion sensor can help you, and jammer helps a lot. Those are the best 3, and of course the top 3 are the worst 3, but you don't need them, so I don't recommend them if you want to get to pro. Anyways, for the perks, I usually go for hardline pro very first because it is a very good perk to have. Then I either go for scavenger or lightweight or ghost. Flak jacket is not something I need. I typically go for scavenger or lightweight first because those are more game battles oriented stuff, and if you want to be a better player, I highly recommend going into game battles because you will end up being a better player after you do that. So moving on to second tier perk, what I recommend is sleight hand. Definitely, you don't need really anything else pro. Just go for the sleight hand and you will be set. Moving on to a third tier perk, ninja or marathon. Those are my 2 highly recommended perk choices. Here I just got second chance because it was combat training, and I just wanted to unlock absolutely everything. In my normal online account, I do not have it. That is not something you know. But you want Ninja Pro because you make absolutely no noise when your guy. So for example, if you're reloading, you know how you hear a guy say, "I'm reloading, cover me." Your guy will not say that. So because do you really cover people when their guy says that? I don't think so. But when they're reloading, their enemy won't hear it, and that can actually screw you up if they have a headset. So anyways, face paints, they are not important at all. If you have tons of money, go for it. Go buy them. But I guess I'll really set up this class how I want it, because I actually should have been doing that through the whole thing, so I can do pretty quick, even at angle. So let's go extended mags, lethal, frag, concussion. I'll go Claymore for this. I'll go lightweight for my game battle setup, sleight of hand, and then Ninja Pro. And that is usually my setup, not necessarily gun. because it's gonna usually use this mods because it is a really high powered weapon. So anyways, moving on to second tier, you do not want to use a shotgun. Highly recommend, like, you don't want to use a shotgun right away. You want to get used to assault rifles and submachine guns first of all. Once you're used to those, then move on. And if you get used to assault rifles because they're all around good weapons. Then if you want to go down to shotguns, go to submachine guns because they're better for close range, but they are decent at a medium range as well. And once you get pretty good with those, then move down to shotguns because you will know you have a very short range to go. And once you get that pro or be a professional with that, then I highly recommend working your way back up, but every once in a while switching back to the shotgun. But I will not be making a shotgun gun here. I will be making an assault rifle. So if you guys don't want to see the FAMAS, what I really recommend is either go for the Commando, AK-47, AUG, or the Galil. Those are my top picks. M16 if definitely for first round. So actually I'll go with the first little time. Definitely go with the M16. Red dot sight. Highly recommend that. And I clicked on the wrong one because I can't tell on my computer. Because I'm kind of looking at my computer like, so no, once again, no camo, reticles, blue dot, once you can get it. Highly recommend that. Weapons, I usually switch to the CZ75 once I can get it. So that's right when they can buy the Python. So right now I wouldn't be able to buy it. So I will go extended MIGs. Once again, I go tap or frag because that's a long distance. M16 is a longer distance weapon. Concussion is longer distance than frag. And then I will not be getting equipment for this one because I do not have it unlocked. So moving over, this one you kind of don't want to use lightweight or scavenger unless you're in game battles and use lightweight. But what I recommend is using hardline because you are at farther distance and it will be better. And seeing as you're at farther distance, you don't really need to run because you're going to be kind of back and be defensive. And you don't need scavenger because you won't actually be able to pick up their stuff. So going to hardened pro or hardened second tier perk, no mistake. Once again, go slave hand. You can go with hardened because you're at farther distance, which is really good. Or you can even go with Warlord with dual mags so you can get that little bit extra ammo that you don't get if you don't have scavenger. And you can use scavenger if you have a pro, actually, now that I think about it. So we'll just stick with didn't switch actually. We'll stick with Slave Hand because that has a really good overpowered perk kind of thing. For here, you can use basically, I would recommend Tactical Mask Pro. Don't use it unless you, like, it's a good thing all around, but it's way better when you have a pro, especially at far distances, especially if you're in a little area because people will be trying to stun you. And seeing as you have a kind of bad close range weapon, it's a good weapon all around, but at close range it won't be quite as good. So let's go with Tac Mask Pro, and then once again no face paints. So moving on to the third one, I'll do this one a little bit faster because this video has been pretty long, but this will be higher up. So let's go with the Commando. Once again, you can go two things, dual mags or red dot. I'm not going to buy them, and of course go with the blue dot sight if you can. Here I am going to go with the CZ75. Definitely go fully auto. It's the best attachment, especially if you guys don't. If you guys are using a fully auto, and these pistols don't shoot that fast, so that's why I choose that. Here you can go frag or Sentex. It doesn't really matter once you're higher level and you have enough money. Concussion or flashbang, and then equipment. Pretty much any of these three are good. This one's better for it's way better if you're playing a defensive based game mode. Moving on, perks, I recommend lightweight or scavenger. Slave hand is basically what I'd pick. Ninja or marathon. So those are my picks. And then moving on to fourth class because this has been a pretty long video and I kind of screwed up there. So fourth class today is when you're pretty high up and you have every gun unlocked, and you do actually I'll continue this kind of thing. So light machine guns, these aren't the best, but definitely go with the stoner. I don't really use the stoner that much, but I'm guessing red dot, extended mags or reflex would work pretty good on it. Camo is unneeded, and blue dot if you have it. Frag, concussion or flashbang, and equipment whatever you want of the top three. Lightweight, so the LMG doesn't slow you down. Slave hand, so it's faster reloading, especially if you have the M60. and then probably either marathon or ninja, all depending if you want to move faster or you want to move stealthier. Now, last class, it will be the G11, because I think that's a good pick for this class. So let's go assault rifle, G11 attachment. Let's go neither, because it's not. I don't like the attachments for it. Once again, the stuff, add additional stuff that doesn't help you in battle, it won't help. So of course I will go with the pistol, the CZ75, fully auto. And then frag, concussion, and claymore or motion sensor is highly recommended with this gun. Definitely using more of a defensive based one. So hardline, it's kind of messed up there. Definitely go with hardline, ninja, or attack mask, and then slave hand. And those are my classes I recommend. I'll just go through them all right here. So first one, when you're just slow. Second one, again, when you're low, a little bit higher, kind of high. You can also use the FAMAS here, or the AUG. Then the stoner once you're even higher, and then the G11 once you're pretty much the highest. So hope this video helps you guys out. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe to see more of this. And part 2 is going to come up in a couple days. See you guys later. Bye.